used to think confidence was something you either had or didn't. My husband had it in excess. I borrowed mine from him. The early years of our firm, he was the one who spoke in meetings, who shook hands, who smiled easily in court hallways, stayed up late reviewing filings, fixing language, checking numbers. We told people it was teamwork. I believed it. Practiced speeches in the bathroom mirror. I would sit on the edge of the bed and listen. Sometimes he asked what I thought. Sometimes he didn't. Over time, he stopped asking. The night he announced Madison's pregnancy, it wasn't private. It was during a partner dinner. White tablecloths, crystal glasses, everyone dressed as if we were celebrating something. He stood up and tapped his fork. I remember the sound more than the words. He smiled first. Then he said her name. Then he said baby. He looked at me and said, "We've talked about this. You'll step back. Madison will take a larger role." Someone clapped, confused. Felt my hands go numb, not dramatic numbness. Practical numbness. Like when your foot falls asleep and you're afraid to stand. Later, Carr, he said it clearly. "You're not smart enough to run this firm anyway. Accept the situation or lose everything." He said it calmly, as if he were explaining interest rates. I didn't cry. That surprised him. "I'll need to speak with you about the firm," I said. He laughed. That night, I lay awake listening to him breathe, tried to list the ways I had failed. I tried to understand how I had become replaceable in my own life. The next morning, called a forensic accountant. I told myself it was for clarity, not revenge. I needed to know if my instincts were wrong, if I was imagining things. I needed proof that my confusion had a shape. She spoke softly, asked for documents, bank access, historical records. I gave her everything. The waiting was worse than the discovery. For weeks, nothing happened. My husband became more confident. He brought Madison to meetings. He started introducing her as family. People avoided my eyes. Home, he acted generous. He offered me a smaller office, a lighter workload. He said I'd thank him someday. Sometimes I almost did. Accountant called on a Tuesday afternoon. Her voice was professional. "There are irregularities," she said. Significant ones. $7 million layered across shell accounts, disguised as vendor payments, masked through consulting fees. My name had been used, my signature, my authority. I hung up and sat on the floor. I thought I would feel angry. Mostly I felt clear. Contacted federal investigators through counsel. I followed instructions. I stopped reacting emotionally. I stopped explaining myself. Came quiet. The anniversary gala approached. 20 years of marriage. 10 years of the firm. His family insisted we celebrate. He wanted photos. He wanted proof of stability. I wore the same navy dress I'd worn to court hearings for years. Reliable, unremarkable. The ballroom glittered. His parents beamed. Partners drank too much. Madison avoided me. He squeezed my hand for the cameras. He whispered. I did. Halfway through dinner, 2 men and a woman approached our table. Dark suits. Calm expressions. "Mr. One said, "We'd like to speak with you." No raised voices. No scene. Just paperwork. Silence spread faster than sound. His mother froze mid-bite. His brother stared. Madison went pale. My husband looked at me, not angry, confused. If I had changed the rules without telling him. They asked him to stand. He tried to joke. No one laughed. When they led him away, no one touched me, not out of cruelty, out of uncertainty. Afterwards, people whispered apologies. Some meant them. Some didn't. Admitted they'd always thought I was stronger than he said. It was strange to hear that after years of being invisible. The firm didn't become mine overnight. Investigations take time. Trust takes longer. Some partners left. Some stayed. Some watched me closely, waiting for mistakes. I worked. I learned to speak in rooms without rehearsing in my head first. At night, mourned my marriage in pieces. The early mornings, the shared jokes, the version of him I thought I married. Sometimes I still missed him. That scared me more than anger would have. Months later, I moved into the main office. No ceremony. Just a new nameplate. I kept the old one in a drawer, not as a trophy, as a reminder. Power didn't return to me in a single moment. It settled slowly, quietly, like dust after a collapse. People now ask how I won. I don't correct them. I didn't win. Learned I was never as small as I was taught to be.